back on FYI. And Robert, do you want to introduce this guest who just called in?
No, you do it.
Oh, man,
you're
suck.
better at it, man. We're trying to get a gig here. You keep trying to make me do the...
Yeah, I want you to talk a little bit. I want you to do the introductions. Well, this guy here is one of the best athletes ever in Ventura County, California. That's neighboring to Los Angeles County. This guy was the number 1 pick. He was the number 3 pick overall for the Philadelphia Phillies in 1990 from Westlake High School. And he hit for the cycle in home runs in a game. 4 home runs, a solo shot, a 2-run homer, 3-run homer, and a grand slam. This guy caught for 14 years with the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers, Mike Lieberthal.
Oh, I love it. Nobody's talked about me like that in 7 years. Behind the Young Brothers, of course. You know, the Young Brothers from Rio Mesa High. Those are the studs.
Well, only I went to Rio Mesa. The other one went to Camarillo.
Oh, yeah. You guys got the north side of Ventura.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm surprised that you're not golfing today.
Oh, I got an off day. I've been playing too many tournaments, back spasms. So now I got to try to get rid of back spasms for a couple days. Lay low.
You hear that, fans? This is what retired baseball players do. Some of them try and get behind a microphone and talk, and some like to stay outdoors and hit golf balls.
I have my trainer who comes to my house just so I can try to make it through the week without back spasms.
Oh, Lord.
Getting old, Mike. You're getting old.
Hey, it all started with a sneeze in New York 8 years ago. One sneeze, and now I've had about 150 back spasms later.
Oh, my goodness. Knock on wood, I'm getting them myself. I guess that's what happens when you turn 40.
Just got to make sure I keep doing those crunches, right, and those exercises.
Yeah, I still do them. It's like I have to do extra.
Yeah, you're skinny now. I mean, I remember when you were, like, fat.
I know, man. I remember those days. Yeah. I couldn't even do a crunch.
So Mike, Robert here, have you been watching the World Series? I bet, Dimitri, that you don't even know who's in the World Series. You've been golfing so much.
I do, but I set Evo up so then I can just skip the commercials and they get through a game in about an hour. That's the way to do it. See every pitch, don't miss a pitch. But I think Boston's going to do it. I hope it goes Game 7, though. I hope Walker can shut him down and then go Game 7, have Boston win it, have Boston fans go crazy. I just want to see a good series. I really don't care who wins.
It's been a real good series, and Robert and I had our little argument about the obstruction call.
Yeah, right. It's the right call, but they got to change that. I mean, if the runner doesn't intentionally trip him up, it's got to be, he's got to be able to, he's out right there at home plate.
And Robert felt that Middlebrooks tried to trip up Craig.
He did.
No, I mean, his legs came up in slow motion, but I think that was just part of him, falling to the ground.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, and he did that shit on purpose.
He might have a little bit, but I saw his foot. He tripped over his, butt, he was tripping before his legs tripped him up.
Yeah,
you guys must have watched a different game.
Yeah, I watched it on slow-mo, dude, frame to frame.
God.
I told you, in TiVo, buddy, frame to frame.
We're talking with Mike Lieberthal. Mike, in the next game, when Alan Craig got the base hit and they replaced him with Colton Wong.
Right.
With Carlos Beltran hitting, down by 2. Can you? I just want to hear your thoughts because we were both we ripped him a new one because
who did they replace him with? I don't remember this part. I know they pinch hit Alan Craig. I could see that because he hasn't played in
pinch
a while.
ran.
And he hasn't looked good.
Yeah, they pinch ran him because he got a hit, and they brought in Colton Wong to pinch run for him, and that's when he got
Colton Wong.
The guy that got picked off in Game 4.
That's the question.
That's right. That's right. That's how I messed my knee up. Did you see how he got picked off? He tried to do like a little shuffle at the wrong time. Boom. It was like perfect timing. That's how I tore my ACL.
You did. That's how you did yours.
Left-hander.
Oh man,
Nasty
that's
left-hander.
bad.
Nobody told me he had the best move in the league, and he's like 3/4 of home plate, throws over right on my shuffle off.
Ooh.
And I had ankle braces on, and bam, there goes the knee.
Ouch.
It reminded me that was perfect timing on that pickoff the other night.
Yeah.
But that was a bad beat on Beltran. Not that he would have hit a 2-run home run or anything, but
See, my question is, why the fuck were they holding him on?
oh right, that too, because it was running to me anything.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I guess John Farrell got lucky because that's not the move. You know what I mean? That's not the move.
Right.
You don't hold him on there. You let him steal second, steal third, and if he wants to touch home, go for it. You can touch home too.
Right. I don't know.
You got away with it on that one.
Dumb luck. Looks like the Red Sox got dumb luck. That's all I can say.
Well, it's gonna be
Dumb luck. That's right.
it's gonna be an interesting.
They better hope the Red Sox better hope they have the lead going into tomorrow night, because they ain't touching those St. Louis Cardinal relievers.
Well,
You see that
they hadn't
the
touched
guy that
Walker
came
either.
in the 8th inning with the Spanish kid?
Carlos Martinez.
Oh man, he's throwing 100 from like a 3/4 delivery.
Yeah, he's barely 6 feet. So.
I mean, that's ridiculous. And then Rosenthal throwing 100 every pitch. They can't hit him.
No, they can't. They swing the bat, and Molina's throwing the ball back to him.
And
I mean, it's lights out.
Hey,
8th and 9th inning.
Rosenthal really pumps the knees too with the fastball. Like that dude keeps it down and nice. He's good. He's really good.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember him being that good in the beginning of the year. How did all of a sudden now he's throwing 100 every pitch?
Yeah, they might need to test those guys after the World Series.
He had 3
They're all
saves.
going on the Ryan Braun program for the playoffs?
Oh my goodness, where are all these 100-mile-per-hour pitchers coming from? It seems like every team has 3.
I don't know. I thought our Chapman was the only one. Now, playoff time, everybody's throwing 100.
Is that the case, or is that Jugs machine, that speed gun, is cranked up a couple of miles per hour fast?
Yeah, I don't think so. When you get up that high, I don't think it matters. Like 100's 100. I don't care what gun you got.
So, Mike, just get off a topic. Can you explain what you are doing with yourself now with all the golf? Because we mentioned that you're on the golf course a lot. And just talk about where you go, where you travel, and how good you are.
Yeah, well, I retired. I think I was like a 10 handicap. And because I love the game of golf and it's keeping me busy, I've just worked myself down to a +1 and won my club championship, which was a big goal of mine. And now I'm just trying to get better so I can enter some amateur SDGA events and, play with those really good college players, which I'm not ready for yet. But I need to get out there and keep getting better. So that's a goal of mine. I don't have any crazy aspirations like PGA Tour or even Senior Tour, because I know that level is ungodly, and I don't think I can ever get there. I'm not delusional like a lot of athletes are. I think they,
You're not Terrell Owens.
Yeah, let me get down to a scratch and I ain't go on the tour. Yeah. I'm just doing it for fun, Try to keep club champion status quo. And I love it. And I have 3 kids, and 5, 3, and 10 months, 3 boys, so they keep me busy.
Man, you sound like
And I love it. I just love golf.
Do you love? Are your sons playing golf? Do you have golf clubs for them, or do you have catcher's gear for them?
I got cooking pots. My 5-year-old he's a cook or something. I don't think he wants anything to do with hitting balls. All he wants to do is like make pancakes and waffles.
Man, you're kind of making me hungry right now.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, so maybe in a couple years.
Where's your favorite golf course? What's the best one? Hawaii?
The best one I've ever played is probably Marion or Pine Valley. I get to play that in Philly every year because the owners for the Phillies are members there. Those are probably the two best. I love playing out here in California, Riviera. It's a nice one if I get lucky enough to get invited out there. And, of course, Sherwood down the street here, if I get lucky to get invited out there, is a beautiful course. So, but you know what? My all-time favorite, I'd have to say, is Pebble Beach.
Ooh.
I go up there a couple times a year, and that's just definitely my favorite.
Man, you're talking about someone that knows their golf courses. Do you take your dad,
yeah.
Dennis, with you when you go
Take
golf?
my dad. To my dad golfing?
Yeah.
He's never picked up a club in his life.
Oh, my God.
He might be able to now. He's lost about 70 pounds, so he might be able to swing through it now. He doesn't
have that big belly anymore?
He's still got the belly. He's got to lose one more baby. He's lost a couple babies, but,
So
he's got one left.
So he
But
doesn't
he's
look
lost
like.
he's probably lost about 80 pounds.
So he doesn't look like Norm Peterson anymore from Cheers?
No, he doesn't. Not quite that big.
Oh, man.
You wouldn't recognize him anymore.
I don't think he would recognize me either.
He wouldn't. He's used to the big D. Big D.
Hey, Mike, without hurting anybody's feelings, explain to our listeners in a couple minutes, real quick, the difference between the Philly fans and the LA fans. I know you're only in LA for a year, but me and Dee both played in Philly.
Fans are different. Like, I could be walking on the street in Philadelphia, and everybody's like, "Come on, Mike, you're gonna get a couple of hits tonight." You get recognized like everywhere because they live for their Eagles, their Flyers, or the Phillies, and they're just there's no like entertainment factor as far as movie stars running around out there, and it's all sports. They show up about 2 hours before game time. You know how football is, the caravanning and everything. They do that for baseball every game. Packed, parking lots packed 2 hours before the game. That stadium's amazing, so they pack it in. And, in L.A., you got to beat traffic. You got let the traffic come in, get there about the third inning, leave about the seventh, so I can get out of Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Amount of time. Usually I get home and it's like the last half of the game. We leave early and beat the rush. So, but the Philly fans, they've always been that way, and they're hard luck. If you're going good, obviously they're great and cheering. And if they're going bad, they're yelling, "Let's go Flyers!"
Wow.
You got 30,000 people, hoping that the Eagle season starts next week.
Man.
But that's great. That's what you want. You want passionate fans, and it's it's different. Like Philly, Boston, New York, they're all the same. Great fans, and they show up early, and they just know who you are. They know every transaction a club makes daily, and it's just pretty cool. I was lucky.
They know where you live. They know your anniversary.
They know where you live. They can egg your house, TP your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, one last question before we let you go. Geno's or Pat's?
Wow. All I know is don't get a sub from Geno's and then sit over across the street at the Pat's tables where those cooks would come running out, kicking you out. My friends did that when they visited me. Grabbed the steak from Geno's, ran over to Pat's because there was a couple tables open at Pat. Cooks came out and kicked them out.
Oh man, that would have been something
It was pretty
that should have
funny.
been videoed.
My
Yeah,
my last question is your favorite teammate of all time. I know you had quite a few of them in Philly. Jimmy Rollins, Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, I love J-Roll. Love Jim Tomei. Those are probably my top two.
Didn't you play with Mike Schmidt?
No, I ain't that old, D. Damn. No, I get to see Mike Schmidt, though, every alumni weekend, but he was about 5 years before me, before I came up. We had some funny teammates, though. Benito Santiago, he was pretty classic. Loved him.
Benny.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
What about pitchers? Best pitcher you ever caught?
Best pitcher was probably Kurt Schilling, stuff-wise. He had the best split and probably threw one of the hardest. But we had some really bad pitching staff. I can't even mention anybody else that was any good. That's why the Braves won it 10 years in a row, baby.
Remember the last game at the Vet when Millwood came out of the game and he threw his shit in the stands?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've had a few pitchers. Andy Ashby did that, too, coming off the mound. Yeah, they were ruthless over there at the Vet. They were ruthless. I would say, yeah. Billy Wagner was probably the hardest guy I threw out of the bullpen. He was throwing about 100.
Yeah, I didn't miss facing him. I was 0 for 7 with 6 punch-outs.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, thanks for calling, brother.
Anytime,
Really
boys.
appreciate it, man.
Hopefully I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, we got a camp to do
I got
on
to take
this.
you out on the golf course, D. I've never seen you swing a club before.
Tiger Hood.
Ooh.
I got to see it.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you for calling, brother. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Say hi to your
Anytime. All right,
dad.
Robert. Have a good day, boys.
You too. Peace.
All right, man. See ya.
That was Mike Lieberthal. Man, what a guy.
I'm hungry.
I know, me too. It's talking about his son making pancakes. All right, we're going to go into another break, go grab a quick sandwich, and when we get back, we hadn't talked about anything MLB. Did we talk basketball yet? Or
We got to talk a little football, a little Megatron.
We're going to squeeze it all into the next segment on FYI.
You are listening to the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.
Upcoming shows to the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.
Welcome to FYI. It's Dimitri Young here with Robert Fick.
Hey everybody, welcome to Talking Marijuana.
Hi everybody, Crabman's Rock and Roll Revival featuring Frazier Smith is on the air, in your hair, and going out everywhere around the world.
I'm Gary Garver, live from the John Lovitz Comedy Club.
This is the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.
Hi, John Lovitz here. It's time to put laughter back into your life. Check out the John Lovitz Comedy Club, located in the heart of Universal Studios City Walk, Los Angeles, not Orlando. For tickets, go to thejohnlovitzcomedyclub.com.
You are listening to the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.
NWA. Welcome back to FYI. Of course, you see my T-shirt, NWA. That stands for Niggas with Attitude.
I can't say that.
He says, and A with attitude.
Oh, shit.
And this was, I guess if I was 20 years younger, I guess this T-shirt would be Drake. You know what I mean?
Lil Wayne.
Hey, well, have a T-shirt
No,
with
it
Lil
would
Wayne
be,
without a T-shirt on?
Macklemore. Yeah.
All right, enough about my T-shirt. Well,
Yeah, Angelo got Macklemore's autograph.
did you get it on a baseball or a sheet of paper?
I don't know what it was.
Had it on his.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Had it on his Kango.
You see, he never likes our jokes.
I
I didn't say I don't like him. I said I don't get him.
All right, so there's a few things we should talk about. Matt Williams, first-time manager. He went from the Diamondbacks to the Washington Nationals. I don't know what your thoughts are, but Williams has been with Kirk Gibson, so it's probably learned a nice hard style of managing, and I know we all respect Matt Williams as a player. I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame third baseman, but he is in my eyes. He's
actually a borderline guy if you look at his numbers, and he was a great third baseman. 1 year led the league in home runs, and
he's a beast.
Played with some of the most controversial players, and been to the World Series, and I mean, this guy has been there, done that. And
won a World Series.
Where?
Diamondbacks, no?
Was he yeah, he was a player then. I was thinking about when he was with the Giants.
Yeah, that's one for me. Usually I don't get D on the baseball history trivia, but
I think what Matt Williams brings to the Nationals, which I think is gonna be beneficial to guys like the Ryan Zimmermans and Bryce Harpers. That guy went out there and played the game every single day, and sometimes he was banged up. And some of today's players, they get banged up, and they look right at that disabled list, like, put me on that thing for about 30 days.
Yeah.
You know, let me chill until I'm 100%. Guess what, players? You're never going to be 100% healthy playing out there on the field.
Yeah, 60% of Ryan Zimmerman's better than 150% of Steve Lombardozzi.
Yeah, all day, every day.
Right, yeah.
You know, and I don't think Ryan Zimmerman has reached his full potential yet. He's had some good years. But as far as having...
He got really hot at the end of the season. He had a really nice September and really salvaged it all up nicely.
But for Washington to be where the Braves were at, because, you know, they didn't start Strasburg in after September 12th in 2012 because, hey, you know, we're always going to make it to the playoffs.
You know what? Next show, Angela, we need a bell, like the PTI show, and ding, I get to ding him when Dimitri's talking, and that means we get to change the subject.
You mean like this? What?
Nah, we need a better ding than that, Gino.
Oh, man, it sounds so weird.
Angelo. I'm calling him Gino. I want you to talk about Kirk Gibson before it's too late.
All right, that's a good topic.
Your feelings on this,
all right,
I think are pretty good.
All right, and
I don't always agree with you.
All right, the topic that we are talking about here is Detroit managerial position is open. Jim Leyland out, and there are a lot of people that they're interviewing for the job, but I feel that Kirk Gibson should be the one that gets that job. I feel that there should be a trade made, maybe get a couple of prospects from the Tigers organization to the Diamondbacks for compensation for Kirk Gibson, who is a Detroit resident, who went to Michigan State, drafted in the first round by the Detroit Tigers, helped them win their last World Series in 1984. And then...
the Diamondbacks didn't give him an extension. He's got one more year left on his deal, so that's basically telling you win or you're gone. So
and Kirk Gibson's a proven winner, and the Diamondbacks are not exactly giving him what he wants. And for somebody like Kirk Gibson, he would definitely put asses in seats. Not that the ass is already in seats, but
yeah,
you're bringing the old and you have the new together.
Yep. Kirk Gibson. Another scenario would be Mattingly finishes one more year with the Dodgers. Gibson finishes his year out in Arizona. Gibby comes to L.A. You know, another scenario is Socha out in Anaheim, in L.A. You know, they haven't given Mattingly an extension, so obviously he has a lot more to prove. Gibby has a lot to prove. Normally those are red flags.
I'm surprised that
your time's running out.
I'm surprised the Dodgers offered that, especially the way that Mattingly felt. You know, it's almost
So
Like call the bluff kind of deal.
Tigers have interviewed McClendon, Wallach, Osmus, Renteria.
Edgar Renteria?
McClendon's probably the favorite to get the job.
Man, that's just not. I like Lloyd, but it's like it'll be the same staff except Black Leland.
Right. Yeah. I think they need a change.
All right.
So, another thing, Hank Aaron Awards were handed out a couple days ago. Paul Goldschmidt, Miguel Cabrera, much deserved. You probably think Chris Davis, but, I mean, you can't argue either way.
I like Miguel Cabrera's stats.
One thing I want to touch on before we go.
The troops.
Of course, thank you. Thanks to the troops. But
what the fick are you thinking?
Even before that, the World Series. Fuck Boston. I hate Boston. Whatever. It's only the fan in me. That's why I hate them. They broke my heart when '86 when they beat the Angels. But you got to tip your cap to these guys. Big Papi has been unbelievable. On base nine times in a row. Just what he's doing. John Lester, the way he's pitched, he's the anchor of the staff. He's the man. He's stepped up. Boston's a tough place to play. You heard Mike say it. Boston, Philly, New York. It's the same thing. The pressure's there. These guys have really stepped up. Uehara, David Ross, Buchholz pitching hurt. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. Napoli swallowing his pride, sitting on the bench for 3 games, and that's not easy to do. 24 homers, 92 RBIs that guy had. So, I don't know. David Ross went from the backup catcher to the starting catcher, it seems like. And just the whole team is really – I know they haven't won it yet, but they sure are showing everybody what a team's all about. So.
Yeah, no. Well,
but I still say fuck Boston. But I still gotta give it up to them.
Well, we definitely don't have to say what the fick are you thinking to the GM of the Red Sox team, making the moves that he made. But what is your second what the fick are you thinking?
Well, besides your boy Colton Wong, it's this guy. His name is Jason Tarver. He's the defensive coordinator for the Oakland Raiders. Go figure, the Oakland Raiders coach would do some shit like this. They got him flipping off the camera the referee 2 different times, and
you think he was Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I know Chuck Cecil did something like that a few years ago for the Tennessee Titans, and I believe he got a $40,000 fine. So this guy might get $80,000 because he did it twice. No, this guy's what an idiot. I mean, come on, dude. You're the coach. You can't be doing that. You can't do that. You're the coach.
No, not
right or wrong.
Yeah, you're right. You can't.
You can do that as the player. I don't mind as the player getting all emotional and shit and losing your cool. It happens out there. But coach,
They're probably like, who the hell is that coach? He doesn't have a name tag, a number on his back.
So who do we got up for next week?
It's
mystery guest.
It's always a mystery guest.
Oh yeah, mystery guest. You'll have to follow us on Twitter at FICU13
or Demi Hook Young.
Or like us on Facebook.
Yeah, something like that. What's our show called?
Do they even fucking play our show anymore, Angelo? Or is this just like?
Are we just practice?
Keep these.
We put it up.
Sure.
Okay. They should. I'm the one who edits it and puts it up.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much for listening, you FYI Sport Talk fans. And
yeah, we're about to get picked up by Sirius, so I don't know how much longer we're gonna be here.
Is he serious?
See you next week. Thanks.
Peace. Eat.
Upcoming shows to the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.
Welcome to FYI. It's Dimitri Young here with Robert Fick.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Talking Marijuana.
Hi, everybody. Crabman's Rock and Roll Revival featuring Frazier Smith is on the air, in your hair, and going out everywhere around the world.
I'm Gary Garver, live from the John Lovitz Comedy Club.
This is the John Lovitz Vodcast Network.